Hey guys, this is Mark. In this video, I will talk about an API to get a list of roles for the currently logged in user. Imagine a scenario where in your application, user logs in and you need to make a decision whether to fetch some data, show some parts of the UI, or apply any kind of business logic depending on what role user belongs to. There could be a number of different use cases that apply here. The one that I will demonstrate in my demo application, which the purpose of it is just to demonstrate this API. But what I will do is user will log in and I will determine the user's role. And depending on the user's role, I will redirect the user to an appropriate page. For instance, in the examples that we have talked about before, where let's say it is the gym membership app, a personal trainer could log in and you would want to direct that person, that user, to a screen where they can see their bookings, their appointments for the workouts, and so on. And if a user logs in, that you may want to redirect that user to a different interface where they can see the schedule to book an appointment, fitness classes, and so on. The number of those use cases really is enormous, and they could be somewhat specialized depending on the application that you would be building. This logic could apply to cloud code, where you need to make some business decisions within your application on what to do for certain types of users and to do something else for others. And equally, it could apply to the user interfaces, such as hiding certain functionality on the screen, or in reverse, opening up some other functionality. So the point is the same. You would want to get a hold of a list of roles that the user belongs to. Before I jump into the demo, let's talk about the roles. So a user may have custom roles that you assign to that user, and a user will always have some system roles. And at the very minimum, system role will be authenticated user, that indicates that that user has logged in. You could have a user coming in, and let's say if there is no login screen or they haven't even gotten to the login screen, you can still determine that that user has not logged in. Anyway, let's jump in. I will demonstrate the functionality first, and then I will show you how it is implemented. So this is my login screen. Let me run that page. And in here, as you can see, it is the same login screen that I will use to log in a superhero. And then exactly the same login screen will be used to log in a villain. And for the superhero, I will be logging in Iron Man, and it is marvel.com. Password. And we can see welcome Iron Man, and we have the background page that represents superheroes, and in fact it is an Iron Man. So at this point you have seen that we gotten to this specific page. Now let me rerun the login, and I will be logging in Dr. Octopus, which is a villain. It is also marvel.com. Password. And now, as you can see, we got to a different page, a different background. We're welcoming Dr. Octopus. So these two pages are completely separate pages. In fact, in UI Builder, I do have a page that is called Villain Home. And this is the page. And I do have another page, which is a Superhero Home. And that's the superhero. So then the question is, how did this logic work to determine what role the currently logged in user belongs to? So I do have the main page is called routed login. Let me find it here. Here it is, routed login. And let's take a look at the implementation of this login functionality. So in here, we obtained the values from the login form. We performed the login. Now, this is the block that is the essence of this video. Get current user roles. So once the user is logged in, and we know that user is logged in because we performed the login API. So the get current user roles returns a collection of all the roles that are associated with the currently logged in user. And then we apply the Codeless logic here, where we check if this variable user roles, which will be a collection of roles, contains item superhero, meaning that the superhero role is a part of this collection. And if this list contains that item, then we do go to page superhero home. Otherwise, we check if that list contains the item villain, then we redirect the user to villain home. Very simple. This API, here it is codeless, but again, it is available in all our SDKs where you can easily get a list of the roles that the currently logged in user belongs to. That's it. Just one block, very simple. Call it and you get a collection of the names of the roles for the currently logged in user. Thank you for watching this video, guys. And as always, happy codeless coding.